How's it going, guys? Triggered over here, and we back with another episode of ARK Ascended. So this is episode 2, and this episode will take a while to make, so you can imagine why it took me so long to make another one. And please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. So let's get things going as we do ourselves some justice here. Some relaxing downtime. We did a lot in the first episode, so let's just get some meat going. And obviously we have to think about the next tame that we're gonna make, but obviously that'll all be dependent on what we are able to find. I don't want to go out of my way to tame dinos at a stage that we have to look for. I'll just basically tame whatever I can find that available. And look what we have here, an iguanodon. Now, iguanodons are very useful dinos in terms of like utility wise. They're good attackers for a herbivore, an early herbivore, and as well as gathering berries. But as you can see there's a therizino right in the background. They are all over the map. It's quite insane how many of them are everywhere. But anyhow, so we just have to find a way to make sure that we get this thing isolated and then knock it out. Now at this stage we don't have any real taming tools, so we're still using the club. We should be good enough, I guess. And of course we can't go to the front of the Therizino because this thing will stab you while it's tied up like this. Our club breaks. We have to figure that out. Luckily I got enough resources to remake another one and then we continue. But now it's running away already, so we know its topo is pretty high. But what I did forget was that it does come back. So I turned around thinking it's gone for good, and it came back. Luckily, we do have enough health, and we'll just continue beating it. And the nice thing about this new ARK games, it's been a while now that they don't run away permanently. They always keep coming back to attack us. So that is actually pretty good. It just allows us to get a hit in, and we know its topo is low, and I managed to hit it while it was going down there. So, but we knew its topo was low because it was doing the runaway animation, and it's already only a level 12, so it never managed to kill us, luckily for us. And so I noticed that we don't have enough berries. We had to go gather up some, and my taming rates are quite okay. They're not crazy, so while we still have to wait a little bit for taming wise, it hasn't been, we don't have to wait that long. So there we go. We got our second tame, a nice iguanodon. We don't have the saddle yet, and now we have to watch the Therizino as we're going back home, so that we don't lose our dino as just right after we tamed it. I'm just glad that nothing else approached us during the taming process, which is great news for us. And then as I make my run back to base, avoiding the Therizino. This game can be treacherous. Things can pop out at you at any instant, so it's best to be vigilant. Even when you are vigilant, you'll find things coming out of nowhere. Our house isn't too far. That's why I said we mustn't go too far from base to look for tames. It'll just make it a lot more miserable coming back. You'll meet a whole lot of unnecessary stuff on your way back. So it's good. At least straw there. We're thinking about taking one of those. They boost experience with anything that is in the surrounding area. So that is something else we should really consider. So we do make it back to our base. We're very happy about that. Our team surviving its journey back home. Another upgrade in level. We're doing great. We see this refining forge, we see the smithy, we see the metal tools, which should be our next goal. And straight after that we get another level, which allows us to get to some trank arrows. Now Obviously, that will still be a little while before we get enough trank arrows to start using them as a taming option. But there's the achievement. We made it through our first day without dying. Isn't that incredible? It's been a while since we did that on Ark, but now as I've played more Ark adventures, it's been easier in order for us to make it through certain, aspects of the game. And yeah, what we have to do in this game, farming. So most of my time is spent farming. And yeah, the destroyer that we saw earlier, it's a low enough level. So just decided to take it up. It actually took a little bit of time for such a low level. So I can imagine if we had a higher level, it would be a problem. And there's our Listro close to our tames. And then all we have to do is now just, press the Y button to activate its ability, which allows the dinos in the surrounding area to gain a bit more experience, like I said before. And yeah, there's a level up already. Yeah, so more mining. The thing is now we have to, get our upgrade going. I'm still thinking about, improving the base a little bit. Thinking about building the smithy, building the refining forge, which will be useful in order for us to get metal tools, which are imperative. But there's still that there is walking around our base nearby, and they got weird movements, which is very odd, because when you come close to them, they always seem like they're coming towards you, and they got them. This walk is slow, but it's very menacing, because at any time they feel like they've gotten close enough, they can instigate an attack. Yes, yeah, we're just testing out our bow. Obviously I can still use my spears, but I just wanted to test out this bow, and I've noticed yeah, from the last episode, the aim assist is very strong. Now I've heard that you can decrease that, but I'm fine with it. If it starts irritating me, I'll think about it. But for now, I think we'll work with it. And as you can see, it's very good. Look at that one shot, this bug. Let's get some kiting out here. So yeah, the gather rates are quite decent as well. We don't want to be farming forever. Obviously now, they're not ludicrous per se, they are just decent enough. So yeah, still using our spear, in cases where the thing is too close. The bug is, because now the bug was attacking us, so it was very difficult to aim at it with enough arrows. Let's boost that back up. I mean, look at the scenery right here. It looks absolutely amazing and gorgeous. We find a raptor attacking a tortoise here. What is the tortoise called? The camelines. But I was gonna tame him, but he made a mistake of attacking a stego. So I'll just stand around and watch this fight go on. See who comes out on top. The stego does get a little bit bloody, but obviously stegos are very strong. Even though this is a level 12 stego that I've seen before, the raptor is it's actually a level 70, so take that and see the difference in power between a stego and the raptor. So I think a raptor would have to be at least, well, I think a rideable raptor is much stronger than one that is in the wild, because they attack slower. So we'll take the height from there. The stego is still a bit bloody, and make me realize I need more hide. So this Fiomia here will definitely do. They're cowards, so we have to boulder them. Make sure that they're standing still, so that we can get it down. That death animation looks clean. We too used to the old Ark where things can go, bottom up, can fly all over the place. Limbs doing weird contortionist things, but this new death animation looks pretty nice. We do find the explorer node, get that going,
I
get some
found the
levels
report
going.
on Mr. Nerva to be rather
The
exaggerated,
experience
and as an
gain, I
Englishman,
think,
one might
is
imagine
also
that I'd view
quite
Roman
decent
leadership with
for the
some
game.
disdain.
Nothing too crazy. Some more farming for hide. if you know this game, early on, height is very important. So just make sure that you carry on farming as much as you can, especially with the smaller dinos, which are proving to be a problem while I'm trying to shoot them. That's why I'm always suspicious of Poppy. They're always coming back. So I was shocked a few other times when there wasn't a pack of them, but this time the whole family joined in for the party. It was quite annoying with the bow. So eventually we are whittling them down, but yeah, the bow broke. While repairing there, I decided to use the spear. Notice with the problems with spears as well, they just break. Now I have no spears, we're going back to the bow. Yeah, so this puppy really annoyed me. And obviously they made for good height, collect some arrows. I didn't want to really make a lot of spears because I thought there was going to be other options in terms for attacking, but it is what it is. So back to farming some more hide. You know, parasols are also pretty decent when they're not running away. When we have sorted them, we have made them stuck on the ground, and yeah, it works out for us every time. And now that we're getting so much hide, we can make even more bowlers, which is excellent. And as we continue on our journey, we finally get to make the iguanodon saddle. That explorer note really came in handy. And we are back at base now after a day of a good hide hunting session. First thing we do when we get back at base, we pet our listro, give that extra experience to our dinos while they're setting. And yeah, we sorted with everything. So now we just need a little bit more food. We were out for a while, so our resources are dwindled down. And we will make sure that we get that meat cooking. And once that meat is cooked, we will be sorted once again. Make sure to put everything else in the fridge as well, so that we don't lose too much resources while we're out and about. But yeah, so far so good. Everything is going well. Leveling up our dinos, getting pretty decent levels on that with the listro as well. So no complaints from me so far. Now carry on, making sure that we get fed now, because wow, we were starving. But there's quite a little bit to do. Now we got our saddle. Let's get the iguanodon saddle up. Now we got our first rideable creature, which is a really big steep. Look at that Therizino right there. Like, what the hell is it doing? Like, they're all over the show. I don't even know if that's the same one that was on the beach earlier, but yeah, these creatures are everywhere. If you have seen from the previous episode, they were literally everywhere. So we have to be mindful of them as well. As we just gather up, just that new Therizino, getting a radical creature is absolutely heavenly. It helps so much in terms of traversal, as well as gathering. As you can see now, we can get way more berries, and without the added pressure of carry weight as well. Because if you had to carry so much berries at once, it would also be a problem. Another Therizino. We try to get through this gap here. We should be able to make it, but for some odd reason we're not able to. We get another explorer note here.
After much deliberation, I have decided to accept Mr. Nerva's offer. True, the new legion is not beloved by many other tribes. She will take excellent care of it, I'm
There's
sure.
a Therizino on the beach,
Well then,
so that's another
on to new
Therizino.
frontiers. Excelsior!
No, that was the Therizino that was on that side. You see what I mean? They move so awkwardly. They're all over the show. So yeah, anyway, testing out our iguanodon. Remember, iguanodons don't lose stamina when they running on in bipedal mode, so that is something great, and I think they can outrun a lot of creatures. So we're just distributing the the points here that we got from the explorer node, which is amazing. It actually helps out a lot, so we want to make sure to maximize it by making sure we kill as many creatures as we can. And starting with this turtle over here, so we should be able to take it out, no problem. So it is level 40. We're lower level. So yeah, just hoping it just up thumbs. See that there's there. I don't want anything to do with that, because wow, and the Kano as well. If those two attack me, it would be over. We would have big problems. But yeah, so just trying to stay away as far as possible from those two creatures. And then we get this annoying boy here and attack this level 12 yellow. So just have to get rid of this one here. He's out. And then there's still that turtle slowly waddling towards us that we have to take out. Like he seems like he's nearly dead. He only getting a hit once in a while, so we decided to backtrack just to make sure that we maximize our hits and minimize his hits. So that it's working out. We'll minimize this slowly there. Make sure we thumb him to death. Oh, that was close one, because we're backing up right into a stego. If it caught us, we would have to run away, because there's no way we're beating a stego at our current level. But anyhow, let's take this bad boy up. Get some keratin, get some hide, not a lot of hide and keratin from that, which was the more useful stuff that we needed. So we made sure to get our health a little bit back, and we're really considering taking out this Kano over here, because it could cause problems. The aggro range is very high, so we don't want problems, but we have to take it away from the Therizino in order to isolate it. We don't want the Therizino attacking us while we are dealing with the Kano. And we still got the buffs, so I was like, let's do it. 35, we are higher level than it should be decent. We're trying to back up, but for some of this bad boy is going up in our grill. He was doing damage, and I'm panicking and thinking it was over. We're about to die. He's bloody as hell. Just stuck it out just because it looks like he's nearly dead. Oh, why isn't he dying? Why isn't he dying on our last hit? We managed to get it. If it had hit me one more time, it would have been the end of me, man. Let's cover up this bad boy, because wow, I think we needed meat at this time, because we were planning to make narco arrows, so we're gonna let the timers expire on them, and then make sure that we have enough spoiled meat for them, because now at the moment we don't really have a lot of spoiled meat. But yeah, some of the stuff we got from the Kano very useful. Some arrows, our first 2 trank arrows, and some normal stone arrows as well. And we finally got ourselves a hat, which we didn't have before, so that's also quite useful, and we'll definitely take those. But everything else I think we can toss out. We won't need these. Well, the spears we'll need, but we already got an axe, we already got the hat, so let's throw those out, and then let's put on our new hat and see how it looks on us, man, on our bald head. As you can see, we also got a multitude of levels for our character as well. Wow. And as we turn back, look what it is. Another Therizino. I'm wondering how this Therizino is moving up and down the beach so frequently. It's crazy, man. Every time I turn my back, this guy is closer and closer to where I'm situated. But anywho, we got some more meat there. And now we're ready to put in these levels, so obviously get our health to 200. Let's get to our weight to 200. Let's get that. You know what I'm thinking? Yeah, let's do food, let's do water. it does become in handy, so your survivability is much better when your food stats and your water stats are up, because then you can go in the water for longer, you can go on adventures for longer without needing to eat. It's very helpful. Water jar could be useful. We don't have crystal as yet, but now we need to start thinking about our stone stuff. So we get the stone foundation, get the stone wall there. Yeah, obviously we need a stone ceiling as well. And then yeah, we are a little bit sorted in that regard. But we need more creatures in terms of like to help us build it. So I did also build a refining forge, didn't get it recorded over there, but it is in my inventory. So we just need to get that set it up. But first, let's make some narcotics. We only got 6 at the moment. Add another 5 to that. Then we can make some trank arrow. Finally, we make some trank arrows. So that is going to be very helpful for knocking out creatures. Let's set up our refining forge. This way we can make metal ingots, and that is very crucial because we need metal ingots to make a smithy. So definitely a great point of reference there. And yeah, we got our first metal. We pop it in there, pop some wood in there, and I think we had a few more hidden out in our closet here. So for every every two raw metals, it makes one metal ingot. So that will give us 3, which should be enough for our smithy. So, but now I have to go out and collect a bit more. So, in order for us to make our metal tools as well, when we do get the smithy. No, I think the smithy requires 5. But we do spot this trilobite, which is always giving us useful resources. Oil, chitin, or chitin, and some sort of pearls, as well as meat though. Yeah, so after collecting all that, it is time for us to, well, we are getting cold, so it's helpful to eat meat on our journey. So after getting some more metal, we actually we got a pretty big haul on that. We return home, and yeah, we are pretty much sorted in terms of the metal we needed, and our dinos are still safe. So we add the rest of the metal that we just got, which is another, yeah, no, so it is 5. So there we go, making our smithy. Now this is when you start becoming advanced in ARK. Once you got a smithy, then you know weapons and certain saddles can be made, and then you'll be sorted for future improvisations. Yeah, but now we need to make our first metal tool, so we actually need to go farm a little more, get some more metal. If anyone didn't know, this river rocks or this rocks in the sea, the smaller rocks, they do help get you a bit more metal than normal. So once we have our metal pick, it will be very helpful in order for us to get more metal, which is crucial, because the amount of metal that I'm getting at the moment is it's very small amounts, but with the metal pick I'll get probably double to triple that. So very useful. Now we have upgraded to the Iron Age, which is one of the exciting milestones to reach, in terms of like your first tame. After your first tame, getting to the metal is, well, it's base. First tame, then getting your metal tools. That's when you know you're really progressing. So with the metal pick, as you can see, I got 3 from there, another 2 from there. So it's really doing the work, man. It didn't take me long to get an absorbent amount of metal. I got 20 now. Absolutely brilliant. Pop that into the refining forge. now we can get ourselves a stone axe as well. We ran out of wood a little bit, so we're just gonna use the thatch that we have. A lot more berry farming because now we can make some more narcotics. Yeah, so we want to get that going. So as you can see, I've split the meat up for it to expire. I didn't want to use all the meat up, but yeah. So now we can, once it expires, we will have plenty of meat, spoiled meat. And as you can see, we collected another 100 berries and stacked up, and then so it's 112 all in total. Let's get a thatch also into our inventory. So pop that into our mortar and pestle. You know what time it is. It's time for us to get that narcotics going. So obviously narcotics will be very useful for for taming reasons. If we want to keep a creature knocked out, we'll use narcotics. If we want to make trank arrows, we'll use narcotics. So very useful. As you can see, we got plenty of spoiled meat, so the berries is all we need to carry on making. The narcotics farming is going down, and now we got a lot of trank arrows. I think enough to knock maybe a trike, something that we have to think about getting a trike in future. And with that 20 metal that we made, we managed to get 10 metal ingots. So we pop that into our smithy, and then obviously now we can make ourselves a metal axe, which will help us collect trees faster, and as well as when we want hide, yeah, our gather rate will increase from that as well. So yeah, this is the reason why I don't want to make the gather rate so high, way too high, because once we get the metal tools, it will double either way. So yeah, now we are progressed in a good way. Things are moving, things are going great. We're getting narcotics, we're getting our metal tools, we got our trank arrows. Now we can look for a big thing. That should be possible. Like we're just basically just farming trank arrows at this point. But yeah, now we can think about a big team that will help us. Even a pterodon. Pterodon wouldn't be a bad idea. So they will be making a pterodon saddle, which is also something we must think about in the future. An ankylo. We must think about an ankylo, a decorus. Those are creatures that will vastly improve our farming game. That we should really think about. So we got the saddles out of the way. We've spotted our first drop as well. It's a white drop, but yeah, we wanted to see what we're gonna get from it. I mean, early game, anything from any drop would be very useful. So we're gonna take our chances. But this water here, full of piranhas, very annoying. So obviously, get our spear ready. And as we go into the water, it's very cold as water, and we are dropping health. There's our first piranha, helping that health depletion after multitude. Yeah, so I spotted the health going lower, so I just want to speed this up in order for us to get what we needed. Now, I was used to the Xbox settings, so I ended up transferring everything into the drop, but I managed to get it back. But I didn't know at the time, so I was just thinking I just lost everything in the drop. So it was a little bit of a panicky moment. But once I see the drop was gone, I was like, oh well, there's nothing else I can do. So I went back to land, checked my inventory, and the stuff was there actually. So we got us a blueprint for the scorpion saddle, and as well as I think I was a Gallimimus saddle as well. I was thinking it was the beaver saddle, but we're not so lucky to get one of those. So yeah, it was definitely a journeyman Gallimimus saddle. I don't know when I'll ever think about getting a Gallimimus, because they just basically for movement, they just move all around the map, and yeah, I don't think I have any use for a dino like that. And plus they still have fall damage, so if you manage to run off a map or fall somewhere, then you're in trouble. You are in trouble. But yeah, getting back to the base, we have to always survey the area before we do anything because you never know what could be lurking around the corner. But anywho, there was a successful one. We spot another blue drop. So if the white drop was so good, I was looking forward to seeing what the blue drop would provide for us. And sure enough, we got ourselves a bow. So yeah, very very good loot there. So the drops were broken. Went to figure out that yeah, everybody's drops are actually bugged. Well, we like this is very good to have drops like this, but yeah, I'm sure Wildcard did not intend them to be this good because if you think about the old previous game, like you'd be lucky to get anything decent out of a drop. So it was very interesting for us to getting such very good drops from such poor drops, if you get what I mean. So we spotted out a pterodon, and we're thinking, yeah, this is our time. Let's trank arrows. Let's just get this bad boy down. And since it's a low level, it won't require a lot of meat for us to get this one. So yeah, I had no qualms in getting that one down. I didn't want it too high level at this stage because I don't have a dino to protect it, or I don't have the patience now to build to protect it while it's taming up. So yeah, a low level for now, just for us to get flight would be awesome. So in order for us to, I realize that we don't have meat, we only have a cooked meat, and we've been out a while. We actually used most of it. So we killed a few dinos and get some meat out of them. So we just decided to get the swarm out of the way. And we're actually tearing some apart because we didn't expect so many of them around like the bars. And as you can see, they're flying over the shoulders. It's kind of difficult to get a hit on them. And now there's only one left. And he's doing the business. Eventually, we do get it down though. Now it's just a matter of tracking them down and finding where they were laid. So now, obviously, I am taking a pterodon, so I want as much chitin as possible because that's what they said was required. So I'm using the axe here, getting some meat while getting as much chitin as possible. And sure enough, obviously, we're ready to go. We only got 11 meat, but I think that should be more than enough. As you can see from the first time it eats, it went up a good amount. So we know already that should be a sufficient amount of meat. And yeah, so we're gonna let that bad boy tame up. This one was surprising, it took a while. I made me even think about getting some prime, but thinking about where I'll get prime at this stage in the game. I'm thinking about the stego, thinking about the Kano, and yeah, so this is also one of my first blunders. I did not notice that I got the saddle that I got was the Iguanodon saddle was actually a blueprint. So I'm fighting to see why it is not going into the saddle. But eventually figured out that it was eventually a blueprint. Damn it! That was so annoying. I thought I had a good blueprint saddle for the Iguanodon, only to figure out that it wasn't. Yeah, so our pterodon turns off. Now we're ready to head back on home. We want to make sure this baby gets back home nice and safe. So we made sure to take every precaution in order to get back here, avoiding all the Therizinos and everything. And yeah, we eventually made it back. We're settling him down so he can settle down. And yeah, happy that we got our first flying bird. That was absolutely amazing. And looking forward to the saddle for that bird. So in order for us to get this saddle, we made sure that we went on a hide hunt, getting as much hide as we can. Yeah, because now we're running a bit low after our day out for getting hide, and we are sorted again. So we just want to make sure that we put all the materials that we gathered into our storage so that we can ensure that we use them later. So just storing everything and doing as much as we can around the base in terms of taming. So I never really thought about fixing up my base, which is probably a mistake because thatch is not the most durable material in this game. So I never really thought I'll need a base upgraded more than that, because the only thing around here is the Resinos, and they seem like they're staying away for now. So I never thought I needed to upgrade my base. It's always crucial to upgrade your base. They just keep it that way. You never know, because basically my thought pattern was that creatures don't generally attack your base. So we went out exploring for a new base location. So this was one of the biggest mistakes that I've ever made in my gaming, in my ARK life. There's been plenty of mistakes, but this one, we went exploring. We wanted to look for a new base location. So I'm thinking like up a cliff wouldn't be so bad. We only have one place to target. So let's think about it. Let's see what we can do about it. Spot a couple of bad boys here. So I'm thinking, oh my god, I thought there was only one. So I ended up take like three. I'm like, you got it. Sad. We lost that battle. We lost my one of them. Sad moment, and the boys finished me off. I think I just sat on the screen for a little bit, trying to think of, wow, I can't believe what just happened. Anyway, we respawned at the bed. So we are back now where we died, and now thinking about how we're gonna get our stuff back, because those boys are still roaming around the area. So my plan is to try and lead them off the cliff and see if I can do it that way. Then obviously I'll die again, but straight after that I can come and collect the stuff that I lost. So first thing is, let's try to lure them. So I try to do it in a way that won't allow me to fall off the cliff, but this new tracking system is outrageous, and they managed to follow me. So I decided to wait on the edge of the cliff, lead them off, and it actually works beautifully. We end up dying, and now because the timer is still on the bed, we have to log in at a random location. But once we come back, the guys are gone. So we managed to get like one on saddle. We managed to get our items as well. And now we are sorted. So while I was checking around the beach, just seeing if they were still here, I wanted to actually get my revenge on them, which would have probably been a mistake, but they're nowhere to be seen. I don't know where they disappeared to, but there's no raptors on the beach. So I spot a drop with a golden ring around it, which means that it has better loot. And it is a white drop still, but we know what good things we get from white drops. I mean, look at that, an Ascended saddle from a white drop, unheard of. We get a better cap as well, which we will put on, and a better chest, better shirt. Absolutely amazing. We get a campfire, which won't be really useful because we already got a campfire, but what a white ring drop, an Ascended saddle. As we're going back home, things went left. I spotted there on the top, my pterodon is dead. The pterodon, which I never even had saddled up. Next up, at the Resino, destroyed my parasaur, and now the Listro was already dead. I didn't notice when the iguanodon died. The iguanodon died while I was fighting there. I don't know why I was thinking it was at my base, but so all my creatures at the base were dead. There's the bad boy roaming around there. He knocks the Listro off. I'm thinking he's gonna jump off, but it looks like he's heading for me. So I make a run for it to save my life. Like I'm heading for the water. I'm gonna go swim because if most creatures are not good swimmers, and hopefully that'll help me evading. But when I look behind me, he's nowhere to be seen. He's not even there. There's my listro. So it basically followed the pathing to get to my listro at the bottom of the map that it knocked it down. Instead of falling over the edge itself, it went right around. This tracking system is insane. So yeah, and I just never knew how insane it was. So I'm pissed now. I am annoyed. I just lost every creature that I had in my base. Looking for the bags to see what I can get from them. I don't think there was much in there anyway, so I think just some berries and meat from the pterodon and berries from the parasol. So I don't think there was much in there anyway. So we've lost all our tamed creatures now. Our base is a little bit damaged, not too badly. This is what I was saying, like the creatures don't really attack your base. And that's where my first mistake was being made. So yeah, let's drop off this stuff. And now that we got a decent bow, let's try and get some revenge on this guy. There's the death. Iguanodon died from the raptors. Yeah, Parasol, Pterodon, and Listro died from the Therizino. So there we go. I got my bow locked and loaded, ready to take out this fool in the worst way possible. Looking for him. There he is on the edge there. So yeah, I didn't even notice at the time that I was using my trank arrows. I just decided to start fighting. I started fighting him. And yeah, it was just a matter of morality. So as I'm shooting him there, I'm thinking I got a good angle. This fool decides to start running away. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you get, boy. That's what you get. Then I see him, he starts coming back. So I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna get stuck here under the rock and I'm gonna carry on shooting him. No, this fool starts climbing to get to my base, to where I'm standing exactly. Now we are against the clock. We start shooting him even more, trying to get rid of him. He tries to come around. I fall off the area. I'm now at the bottom. I'm thinking maybe I can get a nice angle on him from down here. When I seemingly notice this mofo is actually attacking my base. He is destroying my base. I tried to get a shot on him from this angle and it seems like he's just managing to avoid my shots. I get one in there and he's just wrecking my base. They destroyed my smithy already. And that side of the wall. So now I lose sight of him. I wonder where he is, and there we go, right next to me. This fool decided to track me coming down and just killed me. This mofo, in me trying to get my revenge, this man has destroyed my whole livelihood. So in a space of 10 minutes, we have actually died multiple times. We have died multiple times. It was insane. Our refining forge survived barely, and we just here existing. Like we've lost everything. Look at him. He's even guarding my body. And for some odd reason, I could not access my body, so I have to watch out because this Therizino is still roaming around. And imagine this is just a level 8 Therizino. So imagine if it was a higher level, it would be an even bigger disaster than it is right now. This thing is being added on the map is yeah, definitely a difficulty curve. Do you see what I say about in terms of their walking, how they seem like they're always going towards you or something? Damn, it's been a rough day on ARK. Nothing new. So yeah, we're still struggling to get our party we had to go all the way around just to go back and try to access our body again. And yeah, demoralized, man. We've lost everything. Well, nearly everything. We still got our stuff, I guess. Now we've gone back to stone peaks for the time being. So what I'm thinking of is trying to sort out my body or harvest my body so that I can see if I can get the bag, access to the bag. So yeah, now I decide to reinforce my base after devastation occurred, which I should have done in the first place. But yeah, I guess I had to learn the lesson and just doing some minor repairs as well. Yeah, you're no choice. You have to learn the hard way sometimes. And this was the hard learning curve that I needed in order to sort out my base a little bit. So the front side we managed to reinforce. Yeah, so I harvest the body, we're able to access the bag, and we get our tools and our clothing back. And yeah, we know that guy is still roaming around. We did manage to find another drop, which gave me access to even more wooden stuff. So we can use this to build around our base and yeah, basically just build protection. We get a foundation there, we get some more walls, we get a behemoth wooden gate, which we won't use right away. And now that I lost all my dinos, I have to actually walk around like a peasant. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Therazino, for teaching me a valuable lesson, man. So anywho, yeah, we're just making sure that we get everything from the drop and try to sort out our base. So I decided to now build protection around my base using the items that we got, which was actually very good timing. We get the gates sorted around our base, and we build some wooden spikes also around, so that if anything attacks us, then they get hurt. So we put the wooden spikes right around our base. Obviously, that's how it looks now. Very, very decent. Very, very nice. Now we can close ourselves to make sure that yeah, nothing ever comes to us again. So if I put dinos here and something wants to attack the dinos, then we make sure that the spikes get them, because the spikes, they do multiple damage to the attacker. So the attacker gets damaged by the spikes if they're attacking it. So it's a good protection method for the early game, until I decide to build more behemoth gates right around. Yeah, so for now it is perfect. The only thing that we have left is we need a dino gate as well. So I'm just making sure my barrier is totally surrounded, that nothing, because remember now, if they track, they make sure that they'll get to the weakest point. And yeah, there we go. We managed to build some protection after a very long time, after learning our lesson. And yeah, that's as far as we got for now. I think now we need to restart. We did our best and we got taught a lesson. So yeah, we gonna have to be on a restart adventure. Well, we won't totally be restarting, we still got a few things, but yeah, a very traumatic episode, a very ARK episode. Our base is still very damaged. We will sort that out by the next episode. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this episode. Basically, we were wiped clean and we had to restart. We still got a few things, but it's basically restart. Anywho, I think we'll leave this episode just here for now. And until next time, this is Tricky Rover, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.